Ankit and I'm a certified business analysis professional. I'm currently working as a senior business analyst. And in this presentation, I'm going to cover what should a mid-level business analyst do next. Now, I'm sure you've been working as a business analyst for a few years. You understand requirements gathering, you can manage stakeholders, you survive difficult projects, you know Agile, you know documentation, workshops, even process mapping. But then comes the difficult question, what should I do next? Now, a lot of business analysts, they hit a plateau at the mid-level, not because they lack skills, but because nobody explains the career paths clearly. So some people go into leadership, some go for product management, some go for data focused roles, some go for solution architect, and others go into consulting roles. The problem is most BAs don't know which path actually fits their strength. And that is exactly what I'm going to talk about today. So in this tutorial, I'll break down the 5 major career growth tracks for mid-level business analyst, what each path involves, the skills that are required, what are the salary and opportunity trends, who each path is best suited for, and how to decide which direction makes sense for you. So by the end, you will have a much clearer roadmap for your next career move. So let's dive in. And let's talk about, first of all, why many mid-level business analysts feel stuck. At the junior level, the growth is obvious. So you learn requirements gathering, user stories, documentation, stakeholder communication, process mapping, agile practices. So every project teaches you something new. But after you spend like 6-7 years, the growth becomes less automatic. You may start experiencing things like, I'm just repeating similar project work. There is minimal salary growth. I'm being excluded from strategic decision making. I feel like I'm just writing the requirements. And there's also some sort of uncertainty about long-term career direction. And this happens because the BA role itself is very broad. Business analysts sit between business, technology, operations, product, data, and strategy. That means there isn't just one next step. There are multiple directions, and choosing the wrong one can lead to frustration. So for example, let's say if you're a highly technical BA, you may not like people management roles. If you're a stakeholder focused BA, you may not like data heavy careers. If you're a process driven BA, you may struggle in fast moving startup product environments. So the real goal is not just career growth. The goal is, or should be, choosing the growth track that matches your strength. And that is exactly what we'll cover next. The first and the most natural path is becoming a senior business analyst, a lead BA, a principal BA, or even a business analysis practices lead. This path is ideal for the business analysts who enjoy complex projects, stakeholder engagement, enterprise systems, monitoring junior analysts, cross-functional coordination. So instead of moving away from business analysis, you deepen your expertise. So what changes at senior level? First of all, you stop focusing only on tasks. You begin influencing business strategy, project direction, solution decisions, stakeholder alignment, and requirement governance. So practically you become the person the teams rely on when the projects are messy or unclear. And for that, you will need to have some key skills. So if you want to grow into this role, you would first of all need strategic thinking. So you would need to learn to connect requirements with business outcomes. So instead of asking what features are needed, you would ask what business problem are we solving? The second is leadership without authority. Senior BAs often lead without formal management power. So you will need facilitation skills, negotiation, conflict resolution, and effective communication. The third is domain expertise. You become highly knowledgeable in industries like banking, healthcare, insurance, retail, government, energy, and any other domain, which significantly increases your value. So what are the advantages for this? You will have a strong salary growth. You will have high organizational influence, lower risk career progression, and excellent consulting opportunities. On the other hand, if you talk about challenges, This can become meeting heavy. It also requires you to handle organizational politics, and it may feel repetitive without strategic exposure. So, who will be the best fit for this role or the path? A BA who enjoys structure, collaboration, problem solving, large enterprise environments, and communication heavy work. The second major path is product management. Now, this is one of the most common transitions for experienced business analysts. Why? Because BAs already understand requirements, users, stakeholders, prioritization, and agile delivery. But the product management adds something new, and that is ownership of product direction. The difference between a BA and a product manager is that the BA typically asks, what does the business need? Whereas the product manager would say, what should we build and why? Product managers make decisions about product vision, roadmaps, priorities, customer outcomes, market strategy, and feature based investments. So, what makes this path attractive? The product roles often provide higher salary, greater strategic influence, faster career growth, startup opportunities, and innovation focused work. So the skills that you would need to develop is the first is product thinking. You need to understand customer pain points, market competition, user behavior, product matrix, and value delivery. The second is decision making. Unlike BAs, the product manager cannot remain neutral facilitators. They must prioritize and make trade-offs. The third is data-driven thinking. You should become comfortable with product KPIs, analytics dashboards, experimentation, and user adoption matrix. The challenges of product management is that this role can be a bit stressful at times because there are constantly changing priorities. Everyone has their own opinion, and product managers are accountable for outcomes. Also, there is a significant amount of ambiguity. So, who is the best fit? This path is ideal if you enjoy innovation, fast paced environments, strategic decision making, customer centric thinking, ownership, and accountability. The transition tip I would like to share is that if you move into or if you would like to move into product management, you need to start volunteering for roadmap discussions. You need to learn product frameworks. You need to study user experience concepts. You need to be comfortable with analytics and participate in prioritization decisions. The third growth path is moving towards data analytics, business intelligence, analytic consulting, and data product roles. This path is growing rapidly because organizations increasingly rely on data driven decisions. Many business analysts already worked with reports, KPIs, dashboard, process matrix, and operational analysis. The next step is becoming more technical and analytical. So, what this role involves is that you may work on dashboard creation, data storytelling, trend analysis, performance reporting, SQL queries, data visualization, predictive insights, right? And the skills that you would need, the first is, and the most important skill is SQL, because it's the most valuable technical skill for analysts. The second is visualization tools. You may need to learn about platforms like Power BI, Tableau, Looker, or any other tools that are available. The third is data interpretation. Now, the real value is not charts. The value is explaining what the data means, why the trends matter, and what decisions should change. The advantages for this path is that there's strong market demand. There's a high remote work opportunities. There's better technical credibility and excellent salary potential. On the other hand, the challenges are it requires ongoing technical learning. There is less stakeholder interaction in some roles, and it can become highly detail oriented. And this path is ideal if you enjoy patterns, matrix, logical thinking, investigating problems, and working with data. So, if you want to transition, some tips are that you need to start learning SQL. analyzing business metrics, supporting reporting initiatives, and start taking ownership of KPI discussions. The fourth path is becoming more technical, and it includes roles such as technical business analyst, solution architect, system analyst, enterprise solution consultant. So, this path is ideal for BAs who enjoy understanding systems, integrations, APIs, technical workflows, and software architecture. So, what changes in this role? Right? You would spend less time in documenting business requirements and more time in designing solutions. You will also help answer questions like how should the system integrate? What architecture supports scalability? What technical constraint exists? How should data flow between platforms? So, what are the skills required? The first is technical understanding. You don't necessarily need to become a developer, but you should be able to understand APIs, databases, cloud concepts, system integrations, authentication flows, and enterprise architecture basics. Second is solution design. You need to think structurally. So instead of only identifying problems, you design sustainable technical solutions. Third is communication between business and tech. Now, this becomes your superpower. So you translate business goals into technical solutions, technical limitations into business impacts. So the advantages of this path are that there are high salary potential, strong demand in enterprise environments, valuable long-term technical career path, and greater influence in solution decisions. On the other hand, the challenges is there's a continuous technical learning required. It can become highly complex, and it also requires comfort with ambiguity and systems thinking. So who would be the best fit personality for this path? Now, this path works best if you enjoy technology, systems thinking, technical discussions, problem decomposition, and architecture and design. And if you want to grow into this area, you need to start learning API fundamentals, understand cloud platforms, study system architecture diagrams, work closely with developers and architects, and volunteer for integration heavy projects. The fifth path is moving towards BA manager, practices lead, program management, business consulting, and transformation leadership. Now, this track focuses less on analysis itself and more on leading teams, driving organizational change, managing delivery, influencing executives, and improving business operations. So, what does this role look like? Now, you may become responsible for managing team of analysts, defining BA standards, coaching staff, strategic planning, organizational transformation initiatives. And if you're in a consulting role, it may also involve client advisory work, process optimization, digital transformation, and executive workshops. So you would need some special skills for this one. The first is leadership skills. You need to have coaching abilities, delegation, performance management, and team development. The second is executive communication. The senior leaders care about risk, cost, value, strategy, and outcomes. So you must be able to communicate it at that level. The third is change management. Transformation projects often fail because of people, not the technology. So strong consulting and management professionals understand the resistance within the organization, alignment of stakeholders, and how they adapt to challenges. The advantage for this path is that there's significant career growth potential. There's executive exposure, you have leadership opportunities, and there's strong compensation potential. On the other hand, the challenges are that it's a high pressure environment, it has increased accountability, you have less hands on analysis work, and there's a greater political complexity. So, this path fits the professionals who enjoy leadership, strategy, mentoring, organizational influence, and high-level decision making. So how do you decide which path is right for you? So here's a practical way to think about it. Ask yourself these 5 questions. Do you prefer business or technology? So if you enjoy systems, technical workflows, or integrations, you may prefer solution architecture or technical BA roles. If you prefer stakeholders, strategy, and customers, then product or leadership paths may be the best fit for you. The second is, do you like ownership or facilitation? Now, business analysts often facilitate. Product managers own decisions, managers own outcomes, consultants own recommendations. So think carefully about how much accountability you actually want. The third is, do you enjoy depth or variety? Now, some people enjoy becoming deep experts. On the other hand, the others prefer exposure to many areas. Senior BA and architecture paths often reward depth. Consulting and product role often reward variety. The fourth question is, what type of work energizes you? Now, I would say pay attention to the tasks you enjoy naturally. Like, do you like analyzing data, leading workshops, solving technical problems, influencing strategy, coaching people? So your energy pattern usually reveals the right direction. And the fifth question is, what environment fits you the best? Now, different paths thrive in different environments. For example, product management often thrives in startups or tech companies. Architecture roles are strong in enterprise environments. Consulting fits fast-paced client work. And data roles may offer more remote flexibility. So choose a path that matches both your skills and your preferred environment. The good news is, business analysis gives you one of the most flexible career foundations in professional world. Because BAs work across business, technology, operations, strategy, and data. So you can evolve in multiple directions. The key is being intentional. So don't wait for your career path to happen automatically. Start identifying what work you enjoy, what skills are becoming valuable, which environment suits your personality, and what kind of professional life you actually want. Your next career move doesn't need to happen immediately, but your career growth becomes much easier once you choose a direction. So the 5 major growth tracks for mid-level business analysts are the senior or lead business analyst, product management, data and analytics, solution architecture and technical BA, and management and consulting. So each path can lead to excellent opportunities. The best path is the one aligned with your strength, your interest, and your energy, and the kind of problems you enjoy solving. Thank you so much for watching. If this tutorial helped clarify your career direction, consider sharing this with other BAs who may also be thinking about the next step. Thanks so much.